This here's from Politico. They're saying this 4B movement, if you've heard of it, where women are refusing to date men, go out with them, have fun time with them, things like that, is getting bigger. Maybe short term it is. I'm not sure, but I gotta question the longevity of this. I mean, humans have biological needs to be with the opposite sex, so, how long could it possibly last? We shall see. But anyway, let's see what we got. When I sit down at a bar in Brooklyn with my cousin, a recent college grad from Korea who's visiting America for the first time, I have one burning question: how's your love life? She keeps her ball cap pushed down low and presses her lips into a tight line. I'm not interested, she says. I don't trust men. You don't know what they're thinking these days, whether they're one of those guys with misogynistic thoughts. It's so normalized. Why would I even risk it? She says. I got a question. What exactly is a misogynistic thought? What exactly does that mean? Because I gotta be honest, I can't quite pinpoint it. She's saying like actual hate for women and actually not liking women is normalized. It just seems to me that like every little last finite detail could possibly be misogyny. I think real misogyny is actually like physical, what you should go to jail for. It would be like really getting loud in someone's face, like aggressively. So, I mean, this really needs a definition, I think, for society on the whole. And I mean, look, I'm sure it does have a definition. That's not what I mean. I mean a definition people can like agree on how it's used in the culture. She does not want to date. She feels no need to get married. Her ideal life is to form a tight-knit community with other single women. It's just not me. She says it's all my friends. Rarely date these days for that reason. These issues are all we talk about when we get together. So they say this started in the early 2010s. In Korea, it's a radical movement. No dating, no birthing, no fun time in the bedroom, and no marriage. Right, that's the 4Bs. Haha, got it, fine. Good job, good name. They do say in Korea there's actual physical violence against women, which obviously you want to stay away from, but I mean, obviously that's terrible, but it's not unique to Korea, and it's been happening pretty much throughout human history, so I don't really see that being the trigger for this. I would tend to think the vast majority of men don't do that, and I think I'd be right. It's almost like, when a man says, I'm scared of being falsely accused, and it happens, there's cases, it's true, but the vast majority of women don't do it. Same thing I'd have to say here. Yes, there's violence against women, but the vast majority of men don't do it, so why cut out all men for that? It just doesn't quite compute for me. And you know what? Like, I think people act like, well, me, it's about me and me. We gotta keep populating the civilization. We gotta keep moving on. I mean, I guess they're counting on other people having babies, of course, but, in theory, life is tough. We're an isolated civilization out in space, and we gotta survive. It's not really like up to you to say, well, if it's not working for me, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to have kids. Well, we have to. And then they say that because Donald Trump got elected, it's coming to America now, and that the Republicans used male identity and gender grievances as a successful political tool. But the thing is, there are gender grievances that no one was talking about. There's a couple of laws in particular. One is that family courts heavily weighed towards women. I've got some personal experience through a good friend of mine who made $200,000. His wife made about a fourth of that. And, well, let's just say it didn't work out for him and it made no sense. There are certain places where if your wife has a baby, you find that it's not yours, you're still responsible. We've also got military conscription, which women are completely free of. What I'm saying is, it's not acknowledged at all by anyone. So, my point is, if the Republicans did use male grievances, well, they used ones that were actually real. They didn't just like make some up. They are out there. And they say young men are rejecting feminism. As they should. There doesn't seem to be a big reason for it as far as I can tell. I think everyone's pretty much got the same rights. And I mean legislation. I know things work out in society a little bit different than they are on paper, but the best we could do is put them on paper. We can't control everyone, what everyone does, and everyone thinks. And they say women are seeking revenge for a Republican trifecta, including a rollback of reproductive rights and a broader cultural acceptance of sexist rhetoric. For some online, the answer is the 4B movement. Not getting into reproductive rights, it's a real sticky subject, maybe one day. But I will say this, I'm here in Japan and I think they got the law pretty much right, a good compromise for everybody. That's my silly opinion. But I digress. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. This channel's entertainment, honest thoughts, and slightly political once in a while. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. If you don't, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.